My first impression of Fritz was, this is going to be great. I have someone to play with every day after school, and I was going to have a best friend that I could rely on. He was tenacious. Fritz was a pit bull. You know, what he lacked in physical gifts, he made up for with single-minded determination and with strength of will.
It was always a baseball, basketball, or football game going on, and he would get pushed around pretty much by everyone in the neighborhood. Everyone was bigger than him. Everyone was stronger than him. And at the end of the day, he'd get lumped up pretty good. And he'd be back the next day signing up. That's the way he grew up. We all grew up tough, and that made him tough.
Fritz is a scrapper, and I think most wrestlers are scrappers. The better ones are people that know that you know, they may be down and out, but they can always come back. And I think that was ingrained in him. And he would come out there, he was so determined and focused. In a very quiet, subtle way, he was a leader in our team. He was one of the toughest guys out on the mat.
The sport of wrestling taught Fritz how important relationships are and how working hard collectively can sustain relationships over time.
We had a fantastic coach, Coach Cunningham, who's in the Hall of Fame already in Connecticut. He taught us so much, and we quickly became a family. We've been with him since our freshman year in high school, and we're still with him to this day.
A wonderful guy who has been a large part of my teaching, coaching life. I can attribute to Fritz.
For Cunningham, it was about being well-rounded. It was about not just your performance on the mat, not just your performance in the classroom, but who you were as a human being. He communicated that, and team after team reflected that. Jim Cunningham did a great job of instilling us a sense of hard work, that sense of camaraderie, that sense of common purpose and the effort that bound us together as a team.
He's the glue, and he's the one that's really brought us along through hard times and good times.
The relationship bordered on family. It was probably about as close to family as you can get without being blood related. He spent time at their house. I mean, it wasn't just a cold handshake or a recognizable handshake. It was a hug for he and his wife. That was a really, really special thing to see that they would remain that close for that long.
While we were wrestling, we often talked about how dedicated and how hard you had to work to be successful. It's fairly obvious that, you know, he's taken that mentality into his professional career.
Fritz was very fortunate. He had a father that was tough, that taught him the car business, but more than that, Fritz was tough in everything he did in life. His father made him pretty much do everything in the business. I remember he worked in a body shop, he worked in the parts department, he worked in sales, and all that went to his business acumen.
The loyalty that his employees have for him is extraordinary, and it's generational. You'll find second generation people working for him. So he invests in people, he trusts them, he empowers them, and then before you know it, 10 years later, they're a manager, they're having an important role, and they all work as crazy as he does. And it's extraordinary to watch from afar.
He's a hard-working guy. So, you know, when that work ethic is necessary in wrestling. So I think wrestling is an opportunity to work hard and understand that that's a pathway to a lot of opportunities.
If I can use one word about Fritz, he's an investor. He invests in people, and that's why he cares about education so much. He wants to invest in an opportunity for someone to make their life better, whether it's at school, whether it's at the church. One of my favorite programs that he's involved in is PAL, the Police Athletic League, which became the Police Activities League. And Fritz made major investment in that community, and thousands, not hundreds, thousands of young people have been helped in that program. Kids without fathers, kids without any future or any hope. As an investor, he brings hope to people, and I think that's his greatest quality.
He raised hundreds of thousands of dollars for the Little Flower Fund. It would sponsor children going to the Catholic schools in Waterbury that couldn't afford it. And then as the Catholic schools have gradually gone away, he has continued the fund and still provides to the 2 remaining Catholic grammar schools and the 1 Catholic high school in Waterbury.
it gives people a good opportunity to live by good morals. And his faith has a lot to do with how he is as a businessman, how he is as a philanthropist, and what he does for the local flower fund.
For example, Holy Land was an absolute shambles. And he, along with some partnerships, were able to build it back up. And it's a absolute center point for Waterbury now. You can't go down 84 without seeing a bright cross reminding us all of faith, of hope, and of love.
When I coached, whenever I needed anything, Fritz was the first one to step up to the plate, to provide us transportation to the national tournaments for the kids to wrestle out of season. And he's been very generous to the wrestling program at Holy Cross to sustain it over time.
Fritz is as true as the day is long. His sincerity is there, everyone sees it. And I think that's his biggest quality. How he's grown the business so much is his genuineness.
The return is never, ever to him. The return is that you make your life better, that you become a better father, you become a better citizen, that you pay it forward.
He ingrained in me that the moment I get to school, whoever was the smallest guy was not going to be bothered. That's a unique look that I'm very happy that was ingrained.
Always someone you could rely on. He's always someone that steps up when you need him. He's fair with his employees, he's fair with his customers, and he's just been a fair person his whole life.
My uncle is a great man. I think it gives a pedigree to the Hall of Fame. I think that the Hall of Fame is lucky to have him.
I think there'll be a lot of people generations from now that will look back and say, hey, you know, it was because of Fritz's investment, because he believed in me, believed in my family, believed in my school, that I'm here today and become the person that I am today.
The grit of constantly grinding and making it happen without worrying about the checkpoints along the way. For me, you know, the best example I can take from Fritz Blasius.
Fritz, congratulations. Keep up the hard work, and welcome to the Hall of Fame.
He's a presence. He's a presence on an entrepreneurial business level, on a philanthropic level, and quite frankly, he's just a friend to so many people. Congratulations, Fritz, on an award well-deserved and a lifetime of achievement. Thank you for everything you've done for me personally and for the Waterbury community. God bless you.
Fritz, thank you for all that you've done for so many people. This is a great award, but most importantly, thank you for being a great friend, brother, and role model for so many people across our state.
Congratulations, Fritz. We love you.
Congratulations, Fritz.
Nice fin.
Congratulations, buddy. We're so proud of you today and every day. We love you so much, and you're the best dad and buddy ever. Say congratulations, buddy.
Congratulations, buddy. You're the best snooker ever. We love you.